And a very good afternoon to you. I'm Lisa Lord with the Wednesday, June 10th edition of the CBC News Break. The Ministry of Transport will be asking for more traffic inspectors. This from Minister Michael Lashley, who was speaking on the scene of yesterday's accident at the entrance of the Nursery Drive terminal, in which a 14-year-old Springer schoolgirl was severely injured. He says while the Road Traffic Act is in place and the long-promised amendments to it are about 95% complete, there's still a problem enforcing and monitoring the laws.
At present, we only have, I think, about 6 traffic inspectors, but their powers are limited under the law as it stands. We've just applied to the civil service for at least 8 more traffic inspectors, and we are currently looking at the law to empower those traffic inspectors so that they will have just as equal power as the police, but not the similar power, but they will have powers that we can now properly regulate the drivers and the conductors.
Minister Lashley says he also wants an urgent meeting with the Commissioner of Police to discuss enforcement of the Act.
We cannot father big men and women, particularly those who are involved in public transportation, so we have to go the other way. We have now to really have a joint effort and a continued effort and an effort that is intense so that we need to minimize these type of incidents and accidents.
Minister of Finance Chris Sinclair says a solution has to be found whereby persons who own sugar lands can continue to invest in them. He says at present, Barbados is not producing sugar economically in terms of costs, and methods must be found to make the industry viable. Mr. Sinclair made the comments to reporters at the Courtyard by Marriott in response to plans for Sagicor Financial Corporation to pull out of sugar.
They own a fairly substantial portion of land, and we can't just let them exit and leave this agricultural land. It's not land for development, so you can't just leave that type of land laying fallow and growing in bush. So, you know, depending on what decision they take, we will have a discussion with them and we'll see how what needs to be done to ensure that, because that is going to be critical to the cane industry restructuring project. Absolutely critical.
Mr. Sinclair says Sagicor owns a major portion of sugar lands, and any decision by this private sector entity to abandon those lands would by necessity entail government, other private sector entities, or both stepping in to fill the void.
They met with us over a year, more than a year ago. Certainly met with me, and I know they met with the Prime Minister. At that time, they weren't discussing putting out, they said not, but I think one of the things that was put on the table is the possibility of forming a management company or having a separate management entity, pull all those plantation lands, including the lands that are on the BADMC and CLICO together in one dispensation, and have them administered for the betterment of the cane industry project and of course for the reformation of the sugar industry in Barbados to a sugar cane industry.
Well, after the issue of a combined $20 million in government savings bonds, the appetite for those bonds continues to be high. Just 2 days after the central bank started the second $10 million issue of savings bonds, just like the first, that issue has also sold out. As a result, the bank has announced that another issue worth $25 million will go on sale from today. Senior Operations Officer at the bank, Linnell Franklin, says they have increased the size of the tranche to ensure that everyone who is interested in investing in savings bonds is able to get them. Franklin confirmed that the pricing rate will remain the same for the new series. That is $76.24 per $100, which represents a yield to maturity of 5.5%. People can still purchase from $50 to $100,000 in bonds. She also revealed that Barbadians who bought bonds from previous series are eligible to invest in this new tranche even if they purchased the maximum. Marketing and Resource Manager of Cooperatives General Insurance Company Cheryl Ford is concerned about people who are coming in last minute for insurance when there is a hurricane watch. Ms. Ford is encouraging Barbadians to get insurance early. She believes people need to abandon the notion that God is a Bajan.
We have found that people wait till a pending, when you hear that something is coming, then they want to come in the same day. But we do not do insurance the same day because that's not safe. That's not safe. But what we want to encourage people to come before and take out the insurance because it is important. You can't wait to the last minute to be looking the same day. Do you hear a hurricane is coming this morning and running to the insurance company in the afternoon to get insurance? We don't accept insurance like that.
And Ms. Ford was speaking at the launch of the company's discount card. Policyholders and potential policyholders will get a 10% discount when they shop at Talius Caribbean, Simmons Electrical Company, and Easy Pave Incorporation this hurricane season. The card will be valid for 1 year. Ms. Ford says there's also insurance for timber houses.
People have been coming now that they know that there is insurance coverage for timber houses. People have been inquiring about it. But all our requirement is that you have your ground sill sealed. As long as that ground sill is sealed, we will insure your property.
And this story just in. St. Angela's Primary, Jasmine Patricia Simmons, and Arthur Smith Primary's Jawante Rashad Small are the top girl and boy in this year's Barbados Secondary Schools entrance examination. The announcement was made as education officials released the results of the exam, also known as the 11+. Just over 3,000 students sat the May exam. The top 10 include students from 6 private schools. These students are Jasmine Patricia Simmons, the top girl, Jordan Evelyn and May Storms from St. Winifred's, Jade Treasure, St. Gabriel's, top boy Dan Rashad Small, Paul Williams from the People's Cathedral Primary, Abirad Archer from Blackman and Gollop, and for Luke Donwoody, St. Paul's Primary, Naomi Gaskin, the Rock Christian School, and Nelson Monroe of Trinity Academy. Overall, Minister of Education Ronald Jones says he is proud of the students, saying that they did their best. The president of the Barbados Association for the Blind and Deaf, Elviston Maloney, says more needs to be done to assist differently abled persons to secure jobs locally. While he notes that the private sector has readily facilitated members on internships and attachments, he believes that the public sector can do more. Mr. Maloney says while job placements are secured by Barnard, the association prepares members for the workplace through various workshops.
That's why he said that government, in my view, should really be leading the way when it comes to the employment of disabled persons, because it's the largest employer, and I have a feeling at the end of the day that that institution must set the example. You can't tell the people, well, employ people with disabilities when you're not doing it. You gotta lead by example. So if you want the private sector to follow, show them the way and tell them, follow me.
Mr. Maloney also revealed that the association registered its largest cohort of 13 students for CXC exams this year.
The last component we've been doing recently is offering CXC courses for the most part, so far, blind and vision impaired persons. Again, offering those persons who may not have had the opportunity to achieve any CXC status before, for one reason or another, they have the opportunity to do so.
And we'll have regional and international stories after the break.